Alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbana zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbala. Amin ya rabbal alameen. So here we are with our session number 112. Let's start with a quick review, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So let's see what I have for you. So since we were able to complete the most famous big families, As-Salasi al-Mazid Fihi, and when I say the most famous, I'm admitting that we have not covered all of them, but we have covered the most famous, like, those that have been commonly used in Quran. Okay, so keep that in mind when I say something. So focus on what I'm saying, because there are a couple of families that we may not be able to go over because either they are not mentioned in Quran, or they are very we need to learn more things than spending time on those. Okay, so let's start. So family with Hamzatul Qata as a letter, Mazid Fihi, as a Mazid Fihi letter. Family number 4. And if you can kindly also try to give the master name, if you don't know how to spell if'al, if you can just use something. Yeah, Islam works, right? Yes, family number 4, Babe if'al, because sometimes the numbers can get mixed up. So that's why I don't want you to be confused later on, okay? Because you just don't know which family is which number, okay? So now we are going to go over our Dhamma families. What are the Dhamma families that we have learned so far? Yes, I know it's going to be a little tricky, but here you can give me, because there are 2, 3, 4. Yes, that's fine. So when you say Bab number 2 or family 2, you all mean Babe Taf'il. When you say family 3, you all mean Bab Mufa'ala. When you say family 4, I hope you all mean Babe If'al, right? So these are your Dhamma families. And why are they called Dhamma families? Where do we see Dhamma? Mudare with Dhamma. Barakallahu fiqh. Yes, we see Mudare with Dhamma. Alamatul Mudare with Dhamma, right? Fataha families. What are the Fataha families that we have covered? 5, 6, which means you are trying to tell me Bab, Ta'allum, or Tafa'ul, or Tafa'ul, and Bab Tafa'ul, which is family number 6, right? Ta'allama, Yata'allamu, Ta'alluman. Tafa'ala, Yatafa'alu, Tafa'ulan, right? Tasa'ala, Yatasa'alu, Tasa'ulan, right? Those are the 2 families with fathas. And where do we see fatha in these families? When we call them fataha families, which siga do we focus on to determine whether they are in actuality fataha families or not? Yes, we see mudare. The siga that we see is mudare, right? Then comes your shadda families. 2 and 5. Good job. Very good job. So 2 is Babe Taf'il, 5 is Bab Tafa'ul, right? Ta families. What are the Ta families that we have learned so far? We'll come there. Selina, just, yeah, I'm going to, yeah, there is a Shadda and we'll inshallah cover that too. So my sisters are saying that Ta families can include family number 5. Ta'allama yata'allamu ta'alluman fahuwa muta'allimun. Tafa'ala yatafa'alu tafa'ulan fahuwa mutafa'ilun, right? This, which is family number 6, has ta and alif. Family number 5 has ta and shadda. Then comes family number 8 with ta as well. Iqtaraba yaqtaribu iqtiraban fahuwa muqtaribun, right? Then comes another family that we covered in our last session, family number 10, istaghfara, yastaghfiru, istighfaran, fahuwa mustaghfirun. So, family number 10 or Bab istif'al also has an mazid ta in it. Everyone with me? Everyone agrees with Sister Zohra as well? Type 1 if you are understanding this so far. Alhamdulillah. So we are all on the same page. We are not leaving anyone behind, right? Bab if'al, just like Islam. It's going to spell the same way. Your sin goes where the fa kalima is, your lam goes where ain kalima is, and your meme goes where your fa ain lam, your sin lam meme are going to be on the position of fa ain lam. Okay. Mufa'ala, mujahadatan, mufa'ala. Okay. Yes, babe mufa'ala, and you have all those names written on your slides, right? Okay. So now comes your alif families. So just real quick, let's just review them. What are the alif families that you have learned so far? Alif, where do you see alif? Family 3, right? Family 3, and which else? Family 6. 3 and 6. 3 and 6, and family 3 is mufa'ala jahada. Yujahidu. Jihadan fahuwa mujahidun, right? Alif everywhere. You see lots of alifs there. Then comes your tasa'ala, yatasa'alu, tasa'ulan, fahuwa mutasa'ilun, right? Again, alif after the first root letter. Both these families, 3 and 6, where is the location of alif? Alif is after Paul Kalima, after the first root letter. You all agree with that? Okay, now comes your noon family. Which family has an extra noon in it? Family number 7, inqalaba yanqalibu inqilaban fahuwa munqalibun, right? Al-amru minhu anqalib والنهي عنه لا تنقلب والظرف منه منقلب, right? No worries. Then comes your ist family. Ist family has Hamzatul Wasl, Sin, and Ta. So how many letters are additional in ist family? There are 3 letters. It is as-salasi, it is as-salasi al-mazid fihi. Now when you it is al-mazid bi salasatin ahraf, right? Because they are not, now I cannot say anymore that these are there are 2 letters. There are 3 additional letters, right? Okay. So in your ist family, you have 3 additional letters. Which is the family that you have learned that has something to do with color and body defects? Family number 9. What is special about family number 9? This family denotes color and defects, right? And there is, yes. So now the next question was, which families have double ainul kalima? Yes, is this only, yeah, is this only family 10? Yeah, is this family 10? Yeah. Double ainul kalima is 2 and 5. 2 and 5. Babe taf'il and babe tafa'ul, ta'allum, right? Double lam kalima. Which family have you covered just recently which has double lamul kalima? Family number 9, right? Now, real quick, do we ever see hasfu ta? Do you ever see omission of ta? Yes, we do see omission of ta. And you can see it in case of family number 5, 6. And this ta is very tricky. I wanted you to all learn this. That is why I asked you this question. Now, I want you to all know, see, you have the last family that you have covered is Bab Istif'al, right? And I want you to see here. This is very interesting. Let's see here. And I have to go to Suratul Kahf. Okay. Do you see this word here? This word? Let's see. Lam tastri. What do you think is the root letter for this word? Any guesses? So the root letters are ta, waw, ain, right? Right? Don't you think ta, waw, ain? Hmm? Ta, waw, ain, right? So what is happening here? What is this scene doing here? I'm so sorry. It just takes me back to the main page, and I don't want to go to the main page because I want you to see the difference between the different words. Okay. What is missing here? The wow is missing, yeah, but what are you seeing additional here that is not a part of the, likely not a part of the word? There is a scene there, but after scene, what are we expecting to see? If there is a scene in a family, do you just see a scene or do you also see a ta in the same way? You also see ta after the scene. You see a ta after the scene. Don't forget about harakas for now, okay? We are going to cover these families later on because these are irregular families because they have waw and ya letters as a root letter. So sometimes the harakas can be little different, okay? They may be placed differently on a different letter, okay? So you were expecting to see this, right? If it was spelled like this, you will immediately come to tell me that this is family number. What is the family number here? 10, 10, 10, right? This the is family number 10. But what happened here? No ta. It is still family number 10, but again, are you seeing your ta? No. So there is another case where you are seeing ta missing. Do you see here anything? Can you tell me how this one is different from this one? Same thing. So what is additional that you are seeing here? What is mazid in these two words? Is ta'u, is the ta'u. What is additional that you are seeing? What is an additional mazid letter that you are seeing in these two words? Or letters that you are seeing in these two words? Number one is you are seeing Hamzatul Wasl, which is this Hamza, right? You are seeing Hamzatul Wasl, right? This one in the beginning. Give me a second. Hamzatul Wasl here is tata'u. Then you are seeing a scene. Everyone got it? Hamza and scene. Okay? This alif that you are seeing here is coming from your root letter, which was waw. Okay? So waw is root letter the part of the container or the content? What we have learned. Is it going to be mazid or is it just a part of the content? It's a content, so it cannot be mazid, right? So this alif that you are seeing here is the waw that got changed into an alif because of the haraka of the letter before, okay? And this is a rule of ajwaf and we'll cover that. But for now, I want you to see how you can see sometimes the ta is not there, okay? In family number 10 as well, okay? So Ta is very tricky. Yes, it is. It indeed is. So, istata'u failun. What does it look like? Does it look like madin, mudare? What do you think? Failun madin. Everyone agrees with Sister Faiza? Madi? Hmm? I need some more answers. And same is the case in this word, okay? But here, this word is missing the ta, but this word has the ta, okay? So sometimes the ta is missing. So when you do not have a size of the word as you were expecting, what can you think of? If a word is smaller in size, what do you think can be the reason? Yes, the action is less in some way. Very well done. Very well done. There is something that is less. Either the number of doers are less or the intensity of an action is less. Does it make sense, my dear sisters? If it does, type 1. Okay, so when you see there is a decreased size of the word, it should make you think of something. Okay, and I have taught you just recently, we went over something in this word where we saw that there was a tanazzalul malaika. The word from a bigger family was used because the descent of the angels, though it occurs only once, that's why one ta was missing. But the number of angels that come down in that very night is humongous. It's a huge number. Therefore, instead of using tanzilu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used the word tanazzalu. Wallahu alam, Allah knows the best, but this is what the interpretation of scholars is. Okay? Everyone with me so far? So the small lesson that I want you to take home from this review is that ta sometimes can be missing, and you will see it not only missing from mudare, you may be seeing it may be missing from your madin as well, and there may not be two tas together, which will result in omission of one of the tas. Previously, I have taught you in Arabic, the rule is if there are two tas that are together, it's okay to omit one, right? I taught you that grammar scholars say if there are two tas that are together, like tatazakkaruna, it's okay to omit one, okay? Everyone with me? Alhamdulillah? Okay. So now, let's see, where do we see ibdal? Where do we see rules of ibdal? Family number 8 has rule of ibdal. Just family number 8, or do we see it in some other families too? 7 is inqalaba. 5, 6. 5, 6. 5, 6. When you have two tas together, sometimes we will have omission of one ta. It's okay to omit one ta. Okay? And we have covered it when I taught you family number 5 and 6, right? Instead of tatanazzalu, you are seeing tanazzalul malaikatu warruh, right? In Suratul Qadr. And according to grammar scholars, when there is an omission of one ta, the action is less in some way, okay? So there are different interpretations. However, according to one group of grammar scholars, it's okay to omit one ta when two tas are together, okay? So that is the hasfut ta. But hasfut ta, I'm telling you today, is also seen not in 5 and 6, but also in case of family number 10, you will see examples of hasfut ta. So in your notes, in your answer sheets, when you print these sheets, or if you don't print them, or if you write on them, you must have all, this, whatever I'm telling you, written as well, okay? You must have this noted down in your notes, okay? So when you you have already learned rule of ibdal, you learned it in family number 5, in family number 6, and in family number 8, right? All those changes that the ta, and then even the first root letter also underwent. You have seen all that, right? Everyone with me or no? Sometimes zal becomes dal, right? Zal becomes dal, right? Sometimes dal becomes ta becomes dal. Sometimes ta becomes zal, right? Sometimes ta gets merged into the ainul kalima, right? All those roots of ibdal are in your notes, and I want you to, just briefly go over them whenever you get a chance, okay? So families with no passives. Give me two families with no passives that we have covered so far, and that we have not I do not have any second row on my slides, right? 7 and 9. Everyone with me? Everyone has understood this? The next question that is coming is, tell me about your Hamzatul Wasal families. And I will see how much you remember and how much you pay attention in class. This will tell me, okay? So you are telling me, inqalaba yanqalibu, iqtaraba yaqtaribu, ihmarra yahmiru, ihmiraran, and then istaghfara yastaghfiru. So now I have also taught you this Hamzatul Wasl is added when we apply ibdal to somewhere. So then there's a need for Hamzatul Wasl. So what is that case? Do you remember? It's saddaqa. Yes, Sister Rina, very well done. Yes, your family 5 and 6. Your family 5 and 6, you should have it as an exception. You will write down your Hamzatul Wasl families, and you still have to cover more Hamzatul Wasl families. I still have one more for you to know, but remember, you will need Hamzatul Wasl to begin 5 and to begin a word in case of Madin of family 5 and 6, in case of Amr of family 5 and 6, in case of Masdar of family 5 and 6, if there is a ta that got changed into the faul kalima. When your ta gets changed into something else, it loses its haraka, it gets merged into the second letter, and you have to have a helper Hamzatul Wasl in the beginning, right? Is saddaka, yes saddaku, is sadduqan, fahuwa musaddikun, right? Lot of tashdid. So those families also then itsaqala, yassaqalu, issaqulan, fahuwa musaqalun. So mustaqilun, sorry. So those families also will need family 5 and 6 when the first letter undergoes a change and gets merged into the first ta, not the first letter, the first ta gets changed into the faul kalima and gets merged into the faul kalima. You need to begin a word with a mutaharik letter, and you have to bring Hamzatul Wasl, right? You have to bring Hamzatul Wasl for help, right? Because your word cannot begin with a sukoon in Arabic, because when your ta gets changed into the faul kalima, there is a shutdown on the faul kalima. Remember that? Yes. So if my word tasaddaqa got changed, then it got changed like this. Now, can I pronounce this word? Can I pronounce it? No, I cannot. I have to bring a hamza, right? I have to bring a hamzatul wasl here, and then it's going to have a kasra is saddaqa, right? So keep that in mind, inshallah. So now let's go back to our review, inshallah. Okay, so family with the same spelling of file and zar, that was just recently learned. So I hope this is easy. Family number 9, right? So just so that you know where to look for, what to look for, and where you will find your answers, this sheet of paper, I think, will be helpful if you write down all your answers on on this sheet of paper, okay? There will be additions, like, I'm going to add one more family today, but Inshallah, I think you can add things, right? But remember one thing, this will help you have a mind map of your families, inshallah. And as much as you go through these things, these small reviews, inshallah, more you will be getting more chance to solidify your concepts. Okay, so Bismillah Rahman Rahim, let's start. Family number, now I don't have the family because I don't know the number of this family, but I will just tell you Babe if ilalan. Okay, this is another family of color and body defects. Okay, this family I have seen in Quran in Surah Rahman, and that's why we are going over this family. What is mazid in this family is there is a hamzatul wasl, there is an alif, and there is a additional lamul kalima. So I'm saying here as-salasi al-mazid bi salasatin ahraf. Salasi mazid, a family with the 3 root letters, which is mazid with the 3 haruf. So what are those 3 haruf? Hamzatul wasl, there is an alif, and there is a lamul kalima, that is additional. Got it? Type 1 if you have understood this. So what is ziyada? There is a hamzatul wasl in the beginning of the word. There is an alif after the ainul kalima. There is a doubling of the lamul kalima. Okay. Alif after the ainul kalima changes to ya in case of masdar. So you're seeing this ya here. If ilalan, this ya is coming from the alif. Okay. So what are we seeing here? There is a hamzatul wasl, alif after ainul kalima, doubling of the lamul kalima. So let's see. Again, family of color and defects. Again, there is no passive, so easy. Take it easy. Just remember a few things and you will be good, inshallah. This is how the family is going to look like. Okay. Yes, you can say it. Some don't consider it as a harf, some, but you have seen it as a harf in case of family number 3, like jahada yujahidu. You call it that there is a mazid alif there, right? And same in the case of family number 6, you call that there is a ta additional and there is an alif additional, though it's basically a haraka, but and majority will call it as that this is just a prolonged haraka. They don't there's a group that is not going to consider alif as a harf. Okay, but just to keep things simple and easy to understand, just consider it as a mazid letter for now. Okay, inshallah. So here we have our babe if'ilal. So idham. What are you seeing additional in this word? Idham. There's a hamzatul wasl. There is a alif after the ainul kalima, which is the 2nd root letter, ha. And then lamul kalima is 1 or 2. How many lamul kalimas are there? There are 2 lams, right? And it means to be intensely green or to be very black. So there can be a couple of meanings for this word. Okay. Hamzatul wasl here in the beginning. This is hamzatul wasl in the beginning. Alif can never be in the beginning of the word. So this is hamzatul wasl here. There is an alif after ha, which, as I said, the family has alif after ainul kalima. And then you have doubling of lamul kalima. What is due to the tajweed rule? No. You meme shadda? No, there is an additional meme there. You will stretch at 6 counts. That is the tajweed rule. But additional meme is not because of a tajweed rule. Tajweed is not going to give rise to more letters, right? It's going to change how you pronounce word. Yes, when you, instead of prolonging your alif 2 counts, you are prolonging here for 6 counts because this is mad lazim musakkal, right? But this meme mushaddad is because there are 2 memes there, right? Just like dalin, right? So lams, there are two lams, right? We don't have shadda because of mad lazim kalmi, right? But no, we have it because we have double lam, right? That rule is applied because of the mushaddad lam, right? And same as the rule of mad lazim is going to be applied because of mushaddad meme, but the meme is additional according to the morphological reasons. For like it is because of the surf of the word is such. Got it? Alhamdulillah. So now yadhamu, again you are going to see alif after the ainul kalima, and then there's a double meme. Everyone with me so far? Idhimaman. So here the alif got changed into ya. Can anyone tell me the reason why alif has to change into ya here? Why in Masdar alif is changed into the ya? Very well done. So now comes your, you because it's easy on the tongue, right? Now comes the tajweed reason that your alif is changing into the ya because idhimaman, because ya goes with yani kasra. So here you are going to see a kasra and there is a alif that gets changed into ya, and you are seeing again there is no merging here. Why there is no merging here, my dear sisters? Can somebody tell me what was something that ihmiraran? Yes, there is an alif that is interposed between two memes, right? There's an alif that is separating the two memes. Therefore, we don't see any mushaddad meme here. Barakallahu feek, Sister Amreen and Sister Sabra. Very well done, right? Make sense or no sense? Because now alif came in between. That is why your meme is not mushaddad like in fi'l madin and fi'l mudari. Okay? Now comes your ism file. Mudhamun. Make sense or no sense? Similar to bab ihmiraran, this family also has multiple fi'lul amr. How many fi'lul amr did we learn for that family? The first family of color, 3. So same is the case here. So same is going to the same happens with fi'lun nahi. And again, your zarf spells the same as ism file. Everyone with me so far? Or there is any confusion? What is the difference between the shadda and tanween? Are the two letters combined? Shadda. Shadda means that this is shadda. This haraka on meme, the W sign is shadda, and the tanween is this doubling of your harakas. Mushaddad sign indicates that there are two letters. Okay, mushaddad, when a letter is mushaddad, that tells you that this is not just one meme. There are two memes there. When you see any mushaddad letter, consider that letter as one or two. How many letters do you consider? There are two letters, right? There are two letters. When you see a tanween, it is your basically your every word is by default heavy, and it should have a tanween. And sometimes there are words that will never have a tanween, and tanween is a noon sakina sound that is read but is not written. Okay. Mushaddad means a letter has been doubled up. Mushaddad is like something that has been doubled. Okay. Everyone got it? Okay. So now you have the same table. I just make it bigger so that there's it's easier on eyes, and you have a bigger version. So as I have taught you, when you were left with amru minhu, there were two sakina memes. When you have two sakins, the lightest haraka to put on any letter is fatha, so it can have a fatha here, as you can see. For iltaqai sakinain, which haraka do we use? Mostly, which haraka do we use? I'm not saying which is the only haraka we use. I'm asking which is the most commonly used haraka for iltaqai sakinain. That is the kasra. So, for by applying the rule of iltaqai sakinain, your mim mushaddada can get a kasra, and then sometimes it's going to be left like this. Okay, it's going to be left like this. Okay, idhamim. Okay, same as the your nahi. It should be here. Okay, second. Can everyone see that? Alhamdulillah. Okay, so now we are going to, this is your homework that you are going to revise your rule of idgham. You can go to the previous recording of family of colors and defects, and there you can go over the rules of idgham, and that will help you how you are going to see something in your failul amr, where are you getting the kasra in failul amr, and how you are separating the two memes of masdar, and you are not separating the two memes of madin hua or mudari hua or fa'il. Okay, so here in this verse from Surah Ar-Rahman, and there are actually 3 verses. Do you see this word? Everyone can see this, I hope. What do you think is this word coming from? Is this family 9? So let's see. There's a meme dhamma. So meme dhamma, so either it is zar or it is fa'il. Okay. So there is a dal ha, and there's an additional alif here. There's an additional alif here after the second root letter, after the ainul kalim. Okay, from the this alif after the ainul kalima that you are seeing, and then what are you seeing additional? What is also additional? Again, your lamul kalima is mushaddad. Your meme is mushaddad. So alif after the ainul kalima and meme mushaddada is babe if ilal. Okay. When you see an additional alif after the ainul kalima, think about this family. Okay. When you learned ihmarra yahmaru ihmiraran fahuwa muhmarrun, did you see anything after meme? No, you did not see anything, right? Here you are seeing an alif. Okay, so this is if ilal family. Don't forget the ya of the masdar, okay? Because this ya is telling you that this is coming from the alif, which is also additional letter in this family, okay? After the ainul kalima. If ilalan, okay? Otherwise, it will be, if we say it if ilal, then this is family 9, right? So everyone got it? Any questions on this? Alhamdulillah, we are good with this family. So just when you see, now if I give you the same sheet and I ask you double lamul kalima, what is your answer? Is this only family 9 or babe if ilal as well? Hmm? Hmm? Isvidadan, yes, it is going to be isvidadan. No. Can aswadda be isvidadan? Oh, you are isvidadan. That is not going to be read with a mud. Here you are going to, when you put the word in family number, this family. Sister Ruxana, are you sure this is family number 12? Is this given this number? I'm just asking you because if that will make it easy. for the rest of us? Yeah, we have done it as a family number 11, but I think there is I don't know exactly how they number it in English. So I was not sure about that. So that is why I did not put any number there. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so you have this question, is wadda in case of is vidadan. You ihmiraran, we don't read it with the mad. We just read it ihmiraran. If that word was in this family, then you will add an additional mad, right? Because of additional alif after the ainul kalima that gets changed into ya. Right, in only one word. Only one word. That's why I didn't want to spend that much time. I spent all my time on the review, and I just, briefly told you about this family. Now you have the notes of this family. That way you will know that there is you don't call it something else. But when I was, in the initial phases of my learning and teaching, I was unaware of this, where this word is coming from. So that was, the whole point, that we should at least have familiarity with, of the words. This is from Surat Ar-Rahman. Okay, juz number 27, right? Surat Ar-Rahman. This has been used there. So it's a beautiful surah to go over grammar. So it is going to be, it's very important, that at least we should know that, this is Mazid Fihi, this is not Rubai or anything, because the number of letters can be very confusing, because you see so many letters in this word, right? Dal, ha, and then Mim Mushaddad. And if you have not learned it, when we learned it, when we did the surf, we were not taught this. So I was not sure where this word is coming from. So that is why I wanted to make sure that my students know that, this is also Mazid Fihi. This is also from As-Salasi Al Mazid Fihi. This is not anything but As-Salasi Al Mazid Fihi. Bi Salasatin Akhraf. Yani in here, that only the 3 more letters are there. I hope you got the point. So now we have an option. We have, Alhamdulillah, 18 minutes. I want to go over a concept of Masdar al-Mu'awwal. Either you learn that, or you can go on to learn family number 1. So do you want to take a break from Sarf and do some Nahu? What do you think, girls? Type 1 if you want to do Nahu, and type 2 if you want to do Sarf. You want to take a break from Sarf. Okay. We want a break from Sarf, and we want to do Al-Masdarul Mu'awwal. Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So, we have learned Hurufu Nasibatu lil Mudari. Everyone remembers their Hurufu Nasiba? Start typing. What are the Hurufu Nasiba? An, Lan, Likai, Idhan, Hatta, Fa, right? And there was a Waw, and there was a Aw as well, if you remember, right? Waw and Aw as well were included in the list. I have divided them in the 3 rows for you, okay? Can you all see my slide? And now focus, I need your full focus and attention, okay? When you see a very fat an, lan, kai, idhan, this is to indicate, my dear sisters, that these haruf will make mudare mansoob by their own effort. They do not have anything hidden after them that is making mudare mansoob. They are very strong, muscular, they can do their own work. So they are the ones who are responsible for making mudare mansoob after them. There is nothing hidden after them. Okay? The second row, you are seeing a lamu ta'lil. Okay? A lam of a reason. Okay? Lam of reasoning. This lam is special in the way that, and it's written, it's not bolded because it takes help from an. It has a hidden an after it that makes mudare mansoob. In the last row, you're seeing again a lamul jahood, hatta, fa, waw, and aw. Everyone got this so far? And we have gone over it, but this is important. Sometimes we need to review and revise, okay? Lamu Talil, I have put it in a separate row. I have taught you that these five, the last row will have, they are not bolded for the reason that they have to have an un after them that is always, always hidden. The un after lamul jahud, hatta, fa, waw, aw is always hidden. Will you remember this? Okay. Lamu talil, on the other hand, is in between. So do you know what it does? Sometimes un after it is hidden, and sometimes un after it is visible. Okay? There's a condition in which it has to show the hidden un. It cannot remain hidden anymore. That is why I have kept it as a separate word. I hope that makes sense, some sense. Ta'lil means lam of reasoning. At-ta'lil, lamu ta'lil, lam of reasoning. Okay? Lam that gives you a reason why something should occur. Okay? We all have gone over alamatu nasbul mudare, and there are three ways that you are going to see mudare in the mansoob status. I don't think we need to go over it all over again, but just briefly, it can be al-fatatu zahira, al-fatatu muqaddara, hasfun noon. In case of al-fatatu zahira, remember, this is little different. If your word is sahihul akhir or mu'attalul akhir bil waw and ya, it is going to show its mansoob status by the presence of a clear fatha, which is called al-fatatu zahira. If your word is ending in an alif, like word tarda, it's going to show its mansoob status by al-fatatul muqaddara. You will say that there is a implied fatha on that. When your word is from af'alul khamsa, these are the words, these are the mudare in your Quran, in your gardan, mudare gardan, that have yaul mukhatiba, aliful isnain, wawil jama'a. These words show their mansoob status by dropping their noon. And we have covered it in detail when we were learning alamatun nasbul mudare, right? So that is that. As I mentioned in my first slide, the slide that I showed you in the beginning, that there is a particle an after lamu ta'lil, hatta, fa, lamul jahud, waw, and aw. Again, I kept it a different color because sometimes the hidden an does not remain hidden, it's going to be visible. Everyone with me so far? So those words, an is harf masdari. So what is your masdar? What is your masdar? It's an idea. What else have you been learning about masdar? I gave you another terminology for masdar as well. It is an action word. It's an action word with no time attached. Remember, it's a verbal noun or an action word with no tense attached to it. For example, to eat. Does it have any tense attached to it? Or eating? No, you don't see any tense attached, right? Exercising, no tense attached, right? Playing, no tense attached, right? Playing is good for kids. So when I say that, playing, it's an action word with no tense attached. Submitting to Allah. Submitting. Is there any time attached to it? That he submitted, will submit, or did some, he submitted? No, submitting to Allah is just an idea, like Islam. What Islam is, it is submission to Allah, right? No time attached. When you have harf masdari, what do you think will happen to the word after it? If a harf is a harf masdari, it should make your fail have a change. It's going to make your fail mansoob. Yes, structurally, it will look like a nas, it will be nasb in status. It will possibly have a meaning of a future, it will push the meaning to the future, but you will notice that there is some change that occurred to the word. How I'm going to explain this to you is, there is a verse in Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah, Antasumu khairul lakum. What do you think Antasumu is? An is? What is an here? It is your harufe nasiba, right? Harufe nasiba. What is happening to mudari after it? It is mansoob bi hasbun noon. Everyone agrees with that, right? Khairul lakum. Khairul lakum. What's the status of khairun? It is rough in status. So what have we learned so far? Can tasumu take an outside doer, or is it an outside doer for tasumu? What do you think? I want to Ranaz, Alina to tell me. Can a word with Wawil Jama have an outside doer? There is no possibility. So what is happening here, my dear sisters? Is this an making my fail act like an ism, which is called al-masdarul mu'awwal? Yes or no? Mu'awwal means it has an interpretation of a masdar. Antasumu, can I replace it with siyamun or somun? Can I do that? Which is a masdar for the word or fasting, right? Siyam or som is a word which means fasting. Can I replace that? If I say siyamun khairul lakum, does it make sense? Does it give the same meaning, my dear sisters? And I want because now I know I want to have some good answers here, and not good answers. No, I want you to make mistakes and learn through your mistakes. It is saying this the same thing as saying siyamun, or even if I remove kum, siyamun khairul lakum, makes sense? Is the same thing? You all agree? What do you see here that you don't see here? Let me just actually remove kum. If I just give you a word siyamun, what is there that you don't see in what is here that is not here? Yes, I am getting different answers, that there is a doer, there is a file in one, right? Right? There is a file in one, and however, when I say siyamun, it does not have a file there. Who fast, right? So what is the advantage of antasumu over siyamun? What is an advantage? Using a fail instead of an ism, you get a file. You cannot just keep on telling others that you fast, it's good for you. It is as if Allah is telling you that you all, each and every one of you from Ummah, has to do the action of fasting. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here is highlighting the doer, isn't it? If it was just Sawmun khairul lakum, fasting is good for you. So people keep on telling other people, but don't fast themselves. Like charity is good for you. You tell all the world to be charitable, but you don't spend a penny. Huh? So who is getting the emphasis here, Sister Shameen? I'm seeing an answer. There's an emphasis. Who is being emphasized? Doer is being emphasized. So in antasumu khairul lakum, the doer is being emphasized. So now that you know the doer is emphasized here, and you know an is a word, it is harf masdari. It makes a masdarul mu'awwal. It makes what is called a compound ism. Okay? It is unmasdariya. It makes a compound ism. What do you think is this compound ism taking a place of? Better for you all. If you have to tell me what is the position of antasumu, my dear sisters, everyone has to answer. Because if I give you this, my dear sisters, Fasting is best for you all. What is fasting? Fasting is, what is the grammar of fasting? No, I'm talking about the grammar, the nahu. It's a jumla ismiya. Fasting is your mubtada. Best is your khabar. For you all is mutalik bil khabar. Right? Yes or no? Fasting is your mubtada. Best is your khabar. For you all is your mutalik bil khabar. So come back and think of the same thing here. Antasumu has taken the place of your mubtada. And your mubtada is an ism or what have you seen your mubtada as? It's an ism. And what's the status of mubtada? Always. Your mubtada is always rough in status. Always rough in status. So can we say that this combination, which is al-masdar al-mu'awwal, it is being interpreted in the meaning of masdar is fi mahalli raf'in, right? In the place of mubtada. Does it make any sense to you all? And you call this antasumu as your mubtada, khairun as your khabar, lakum as mutalik bil khabar, because there is no way you are going to call it file. Can you ever call khairun the file for tasumu? Will it make any sense? Is this not seen in Quran? Is it not a verse from Quran? It is from Quran. And you have to understand it like that. Look at another example. Uridu. Uridu, what does it look like? Where is this word coming from? Family number 4, good job. Arada yuridu, felun mudare, very well done. And who is the doer here? Uridu. Ana uridu, right? Ana uridu. I intend an akhruja fi sabilillah. I intend that I go out in the way of Allah. So what is the status of an akhruja here? What should be the role of an akhruja here? Is it fi mahalli rafin or fi mahalli nasbin? I intend. What do I intend? Here it is answering your what question, isn't it? What do I intend? I intend. This is jumla failure, my dear sisters. So stay in jumla failure. In jumla failure, you have fail, fa'il, maf'ul, right? Jumla failure. Come back to jumla failure. Fail, fa'il, maf'ul, right? Uridu, fail, ana, fa'il. Now comes either maf'ul or mutalik bil fail, right? So an akhruja is doing the job of what? It is taking the place of maf'ulun bihi, yes or no? It is, what do I intend? I intend that I go out in the way of Allah. So can I say here, an masdariya is making maf'ul bihi with akhruja fi sabilillah and the rest of the sentence? We can say that. So what's the status of this whole chunk? Fi mahalli nasbin maf'ulun bihi. Make sense? Okay, let's see another one. Inna Allaha. Give me the i'rab for this. Inna Allaha. Just real quick, and then we'll have to end the session. Harf nasb wa ismuha. This is a jumla ismiya now. Inna Allaha. Harf nasb wa ismuha. It's, don't call it anything. Harf nasb wa ismuha. Please kindly come back to your normal i'rab. Inna Allaha is harf nasb wa ismuha. After ismu inna, what do I have to look for? Khabru inna. Do I find khabru inna? Do I find khabru inna? Yes, there is khabru inna, which is qadirun, right? Indeed, Allah is ever able or is able Ala an yunazzila, ala an yunazzila. What is happening here? Ala an yunazzila. An harf masdariya, harf masdari. Yunazzila mudare mansoob bi an, right? Bil fatatu zahira. What's the status of an yunazzila? This combination, this compound. What's the status, my dear sisters? Fi mahalli jarrin, because it is beaten up by ala, right? Fi mahalli jarrin ala an yunazzila, the status of the masdar al muawwal. Now the compound ism is fi mahalli jarrin. Make sense or no sense? Because of ala. It is ala is harf jar. And I told you in the very beginning, if you see any ala, it's only going to be present. It is only going to beat an ism. And here, this ism is al-masdar al-mu'awwal. What is the name of this ism? Al-masdar al-mu'awwal. If I switch it with tanzil, inna allaha ala tanzili ayah. Indeed, Allah is capable of, is ever able of sending down ayah. Make sense or no sense? Ayatin, it should be ayatin, right? It's the same thing, right? But here, what do you think? How is this different from tanzil? This last answer, I'm going above my time, and this is not good. Doer is emphasized, my dear sisters. The doer is highlighted by using an yunazzila ayah. If it was tanzilul ayah, it in that case, do you know the doer is not highlighted? But Allah is saying that focus on the doer who sends the sign. It's Allah who does that. Okay? That, forget about that. Stay in Malum for now, okay? And you will see, here, al-masdar al-muawwal versus regular masdar. Stay here for now, because yes, in active and passive, I taught you the same something similar to this, but here it is yes, yeah. Don't go there. Stay here for now, okay? Inshallah, and we'll go there too, inshallah, soon. Inshallah. Barakallahu feek. I'm so happy that you always remember over the concepts that we have taught in the we have covered in the past. So I'm very, very proud of all of you. Inshallah, we'll continue with our al-masdar al-muawwal. And because it's a very interesting topic, and I think we should bring back some nahu, and we'll briefly then, cover some of the family one in our next session. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, my dear sisters.